Hi everybody, my name is Elaine, and today I'm going to be talking about Fairy Lights. It's a game for 2 to 6 players, should take about 20 minutes or so to play, and it's for people ages 8 and up. In Fairy Lights, the goal of the game is to complete sets of identical bulbs in order to make the most beautiful garland and earn the most points. The player with the most points at the end of the game wins. Before I get into my how to play, I want to take a moment to review card anatomy. This is the back of each card. They're all the same, and it shows all the different types of cards that appear in the game and how many instances of that card appear in the game as well. Over here are some examples of different types of cards that appear in the game. Now, each card has a point value. That's this little star in the corner. It ranges from 0, which is what this card has, all the way up to 4, which is what this card has. Each card has a color. This one, for example, is yellow. This one is a sort of silver white. Then we have bulb count. They're always singles or in pairs. This one is a single. This one is a pair. Setup for the game is super easy, barely an inconvenience. First, you're going to shuffle all of the cards and stack them face down, like so, in the middle of the table to create a deck. Then you're going to leave enough room to be able to lay out 5 cards that will become the shop. And then just leave a little bit of space on the other side of the deck to create a discard pile. From there, you're going to randomly determine the first player and play begins. We're going to be joining a 2-player game that's already in progress so we can learn how to play. In Fairy Lights, players take turns in clockwise order. On your turn, you must or may, depending on the situations, which I'm going to explain in a moment, perform a reveal action, then a take action. After that, your turn is complete. To start, we're going to talk about the reveal action, which is one of the 2 things you can do on your turn. Now, depending on how many cards are currently in the shop, the reveal action changes a little. When there are no cards in the shop, like there are currently, you have to reveal a card. To do that, you just take the top card in the deck, and you flip it over, and you stick it down in the shop. Now there's currently 1 card revealed in the shop. If this is the case, up until the number 4, so anywhere from 1 to 4 cards revealed in the shop, you can choose to reveal another card, but you do not have to. I'm deciding that, hey, I want to push my luck today. I want to see if I can get lucky, and I'm going to keep flipping cards. Doing really good so far. I decide that I want to flip yet another card to the max, which is 5. At this point, I can't reveal any more cards because I've already reached the max available in the game. At this point, I need to revert to my take action. Now, since there are 5 cards laid out here, I can change things a little. Usually you can only take 1 color card at a time. Instead, when there are 5 out, you can take 2 different colors, and you have to take all of them. I'm going to take this guy over here, and I'm going to take these, and then play is going to pass to the other player. Aha, just kidding. You get to put these in your little garland pile because this is a multiple of 3. In this game, multiples of 3 are good. Everything else, no bueno, no scoring. This is a multiple of 3, so you would put this in your garland stack over here, and at the end of the game, their points would contribute to your final score. Normally, during one of these games, your garland stacks are face down, but to help indicate how this game is played, I decided to leave them face up for this video, but normally these would be face down. In this game, multiples of 3s are great. Anything else, any other multiple, anything that is not a multiple of 3 winds up in this discard pile over here. Now that I have put my cards that I've earned away, play would pass to this player. Now they're going to start flipping cards over like so. And then they're going to choose all of 2 different colors like this player did and add them to their stacks over here. They're going to take these, and then play would pass yet again. A few final things to note before I get into the end of the game and final scoring are things like this. First of all, you can't create multiple sets of the same color. This is a push your luck game, so when you draw things out of the middle, you can't try to avoid having to discard cards and getting them out of the game entirely by creating different sets so you can get the proper multiple of 3 to get what you want. It's essentially seen as cheating and kind of takes the fun out of the push your luck aspect of this game. In cases like these where there are 1 or 2 bulbs, in this case it's 2 sets of 2 bulbs, here's a single one, these sets are considered under construction and remain where they are face up in your play area, and they are things you can complete later during gameplay. I didn't say this out loud, but between each turn, if there are empty spaces between the cards that are laid out here, you just kind of shove them over towards the deck. And then finally, there's this. If I flip a card over and the two colors match, my turn immediately ends and passes to the other player. I don't get to do a take action. Now let's say things were a little different and this came out and it was like this. Sandwiches are fine. It doesn't matter. It's only when the two colors of the same type are next to each other that play passes and you don't get to do your take action. So gameplay continues, going back and forth between the players until the last card in the deck is drawn. Keeping in mind that you can never end your turn early to avoid taking cards you don't want from the shop. When the deck is depleted, they finish their turn and the game ends. However, it's important to note that if the final card revealed is the same color as the last card in the shop, the game ends immediately. If there are any cards remaining in the shop like so, they're just discarded. This kicks the game into final scoring, and in final scoring, only these little stars count. You score 1 point for each of these in your garland stack, so that over there. And you lose 1 point for each set of stars under construction or anything that's not finished in your play area. And then the player with the most points wins. In the case of the tied player with the most cards in their garland stack wins. If it is still a tie, the tied player with the most negative points in their play area wins. If even this is a tie, the tied players share the victory. Even though it's obvious that this player has won, I'm just going to count up the few cards in this player's area so you could see how this would work. Okay, so first I'm going to go through their stack. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, no points, so we're still at 3 points. Again, no points, still at 3 points. And then we're going to add this. That gives them a total of 4, but then they lose the 4 because this is an incomplete set. So they wind up with a score of 0. Now that you know how to score and how the game is played, I'm going to meet you all back up top and give some final thoughts on the game. I really like Fairy Lights. I think the thing that drew me to it at first was its art. I think it's very beautiful and very graceful and cute. And it really called to me and sucked me into the game, and now I just can't get away. But that's fine. I think that in addition to the art being very beautiful, the components are very strong. The cards have nice rounded edges, they're very strong cards, and they're a comfortable size to work with for people of all ages and different shapes and body forms. I think the playtime is accurate, which is something that I don't really see a lot for games, which is great because this is a nice filler game. You know, you have 15, 20 minutes here or there. You could just stick it in between other play sessions or when you want something that's very simple and easy to play. And that's another thing I like about this game. This is a very easy game to teach to people. There's no reading involved. You could probably play it with people as young as 6 or 7, and they can grasp it really easily. They might have trouble scoring, but I mean, you can help them and turn it into a teaching moment. So I like that. It's very family friendly. There's no gore. There's nothing that parents wouldn't want their kids to see. So that's really lovely. In addition to this game being very family friendly, I think it's very budget friendly. It averages between $15 and $20. It's very table friendly. It's shelf friendly. I mean, it's this compact little box, and it's beautiful. I think it's a nice addition to the shelf. The gameplay is simple and it's fluid. It's easy to teach, and I just love everything about it, from the art to just the simplicity, but also to the sort of strategy that comes with a push your luck game. Do you want to push your luck? I usually don't, because I bust quite often in this game, and I lose pretty much every time I play this game, but I still love it. I think it's definitely something that you should check out. Have you tried this game? Have you seen games like it that you think I might like and that you might want me to review? Let me know down below in the comments. I always like to know those things. And if you like what you saw here today, please smash that like button until it's blue. Subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know what's up. Check out the link down below in the description. I'll have a link for this game posted, and it comes at no extra cost to you. It really helps out the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye, guys.